Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and viewers from all around the world, welcome to the grand finals of the Osu Catch World Cup 2025. Many say history often repeats itself, or, in the case of this year, does it get rewritten? This is not just a grand finals, we have a rematch this year, folks. Last year, the United States claimed their throne after years of second-place heartbreak, with Argentina being on the receiving end of that punishment. But this year, the tune has changed. Argentina isn't playing catch-up this year. They're in the winner's bracket, undefeated, unshaken, and hungry for revenge. And the United States, our reigning champions, are fighting for their opportunity to become the second country ever to secure back-to-back victories in the Catch World Cup. But their backs are to the wall, and they don't need one, but 2 consecutive wins to pull that off this year. It's a battle of the reigning champions versus a vengeance-fueled South American Titan squad here today. And the pressure is high with the stakes even higher. The tension is building. But our countdown is over. Our teams are ready. Buckle up, focus in, close every single tab but this one. The stage is set, and the battle for the World Cup crown starts now. I am Chili, your pair, joined today by none other than Doland. Let's get this match started.
Oh, it's my turn now?
It's your turn,
Louise, bro. Calm down, man. Golly. 2 business days later, here I am, chat. But yes, everything the man said is absolutely right. He has covered 100% and has left me nothing to say. So let's just get to the map pool.
The teams. What about these teams? What are your thoughts? We've got a strong U.S. roster. They look very similar to last year. They've got Alex back. They are joined by the 47th and Yeeter this year for their first CWC appearance ever. Argentina with a significantly stronger roster, even so than we saw last year, that gave the United States some trouble. What does that mean for these two teams on the most difficult grand finals pool we've ever seen?
Well, in theory, it actually would mean advantage Argentina. I mean, you have to favor Argentina right now. They have all the momentum going into this match despite being the number 2 seed. And when you just look at how things were on paper last year, the United States winning 7-4 in grand finals, and coming in with essentially a roster that is half as strong. I mean, not to take anything away from Elux, Yeeter, and the 47th, but they kind of pale in comparison when you compare them to, you know, Colin, Trent, and Russell. But they're doing their best. They have been carrying the load in their respective skill sets, are here in the grand finals, but how will that stack up against a roster like Argentina that was able to take 4 points off of the stacked U.S. roster from last year that won it all?
And that's the big thing about this match that we're looking out for today. Do those up-and-coming players make all of the difference? We actually saw in the first set, immediately before this, between Finland and the United States, the 47th, with their second map in CWC ever, in grand finals, and they didn't do half bad at all with an 800K across the board with a U.S. win on Nomad 2, leading them to 300,000 score of a lead there. As we move into the ban phase, however, we're going to start to really see what these players are going to need to be capable of throughout this pool. The United States banning out the Nomad 1 yet again from that first set.
And now, this is where I'm really interested to see the ban out of Argentina, because they could go so many ways, right? You could go the Nomad 2 to essentially ban the 47th because you saw him come in, but no, they're immediately going to ban Hard Rock 2, that Hard Rock precision pick, and go right into Hidden 2.
Okay, Argentina getting rid of that Hard Rock against the United States. Understandable on that HR2. It's a fairly broad skill set for what the United States is good at. It's high CS, by the way, 6.9. That is some seriously small stuff. It's super, like, anti-density all over, and the precision requirement on that map is something that the United States has proven to be what I would consider the best team at in the tournament, at least over the past 2 years.
On to our low AR hidden pick here. That will bring Elux in. For the United States, it'll be Story, Velpercade, Sergonza, likely going up against Lexi, Elux, and Sacre. I'd imagine they would want to save the Creeper for higher approach rate maps.
I would agree. Lexi being the number 1 player of the first set that we saw immediately before this, with 4 of the top scoring placements for the United States of the 7 maps that they played. The other 3 actually being Creeper as well. So being able to save them for those high approach rating picks like you mentioned, some things across the board, even that mixed mod 3 as well, the tech picks going to come in and is going to be the spot that we're going to see a little bit more of Creeper. So I'm glad to see Alux in for a map early here as well, maybe going to be versatile in the rest of that hidden pool. The United States looks good on that hidden 3 earlier as well, which may be a potential pick for them despite Argentina going into this early, a very different style. But our first rosters are set. It's Story, Velper, and Sir Gonzax versus Lexi, Elux, and Sekre to kick us off. Map number 1, Argentina's pick.
Indeed, into the low approach rate hidden, and kind of crazy that we get to see hidden 2 played. It's usually one of the most banned skill sets, but not today in game number 1 of this grand finals. And a huge opportunity here for the Americans. This would be a massive break point.
Almost a necessary break point in my mind. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be this one, but the United States gonna need at least 1 break point here to make sure that this doesn't go to that tiebreaker point. And also, if the United States goes the distance on this match versus Argentina, that 6-6 into the 7 for the tiebreaker, there's still a bracket reset to come after this if the United States ends up winning, and that is a lot of gameplay going into 2 consecutive matches on a very difficult pool, and that takes its toll on your fingers. So for the sake of both of these teams, this going the distance would hurt. The United States struggling at the start of Hidden 2.
And you can already see just how brutal this map is. It's not just a low AR hidden, it's not AR8 hidden here. It's super duper streamy, and these weird one-off dashes and bits of anti-flow here and there to just throw you off your rhythm, constantly making it very hard to establish combo. As Story now going down was essentially the last big combo, and Argentina will hold 120,000 points of advantage here, Chillier.
They're going to maintain it. Story finding that break does give the United States a little bit of an advantage into building up this combo on Alux, but the traded breaks from Lexi and Sekre on the top of Velper is going to mean that this falls in favor of Argentina. Now, it's only going to be in favor of the US for a second as Alux finds a break in this refrain section, and Story now built up alongside Velper means this lead is going to continue in favor of Argentina. And as we approach the halfway point in the map, this is getting out of hand for the United States early. 200k not insurmountable with the map we've got left, but this is not looking good for those holding combo.
Well, how many times have we seen it on Hidden 2 picks in multiple different modes? It's the story of having a good launch on Hidden 2 that matters. Argentina getting the better of the Americans by a little over 100k in the intro, and you could see the morale has not been able to recover. Nobody's really been able to build up combo here and establish themselves with 200 combo, and that's advantage Argentina if it continues this way.
I think it's going to stay there, honestly. Argentina, they had the big combos at the start of the map, like you said, and I don't think even more than one time, maybe twice now, right now with Sir Gonzags, we're actually seeing somebody get over that 200 combo cap, which means that we've basically had no score gain for the past minute of this map. We've just been waiting for someone to pull it in either direction. So that early 200k for Argentina to stand, and an extra 100k now that they've got 2 players starting to build them up here. This is easily going to hit 400k as long as we don't see a double break from Argentina here, and even surpassing that, an unbelievably strong start for the South American team.
And unfortunately, the United States just struggling here as Argentina strutting their stuff on Hidden 2. This is definitely their wheelhouse. They love their Hidden. And unfortunately, you see it's just Sekre in particular really struggling on this. Of course, he's not known for low approach rate Hidden, mind you. So we would not expect him to have a happy time on this, but 600Ks across the board here, respectively, from the Americans, tells you the full story. Alas, to no avail. Argentina looking really good on their opening pick.
527k, a decisive victory for Argentina on their first pick. The 3-way S rank to the 3 A's on the United States there, and a 99.26% AC play from Story. You love to see the strong start from the winners bracket team. The United States they've got plenty of room to work with here. But if you're Argentina and you're on the winner's bracket side of this, even just getting that first point in on the reigning champions means so much. Even if you knew you were going to win it, even if you know you have that upper hand, it takes away so much of that built-up nervousness that you come into a grand finals with. And to make it a score margin as large as what we just saw, the 500,000 plus, that speaks volumes for what Argentina is capable of on this pool.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to get off on your right foot first, right? You know, have that first pick go your way, and go your way convincingly. It establishes morale, which is crucial for this grand final, but the United States will immediately go into Mixed Mod 3. We saw Greaper absolutely go berserk on this map against Finland. Double S. We'll see if Greaper can repeat.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. I want to see that happen twice in the same day. The level of consistency that it takes to pull off consecutive double S's on a tech pick, almost actually what I would consider a mech tech pick even, is so impressive on here, especially with the 1/8s that are strewn throughout this map everywhere. And it's not the shortest mech tech pick ever, by the way. 2.5 minutes is not anything to scoff at here. You do have to maintain some sort of consistency throughout here. So the double up, I'm sort of gassing it here for Greaper, hopefully not to have it let down at the end there, but I'm going to keep my hopes high in the United States, considering their score margin on this map versus Finland in the first set being just north of 300,000 does mean that I think they have a great shot at also getting their first pick up here. Argentina, a good team at the skill set, but with that performance from the US, I do wonder about their ability of taking a break point.
Indeed, yeah. You have to wonder after such a strong showing, but again, if you're Argentina, you had to expect this after seeing it against Finland. You had to know that this was going to be one of their first 2 picks to start the match off. So, again, we had a chance to have a brief word with Sekre in between the matches, you know, even alluded to the possibility of Argentina might ban it, you know, but obviously they feel more strongly about the Hard Rock 2.
Check it on this one here. Going to be the big start for the #1 seed. Argentina got off on a great start for their first pick. The United States looking to do the same. It is the exact same roster that we saw in the first set on this map. Greaper with that SS looking for a repeat or at least that full combo to boot. Sekre and Lexi not too far behind. 870k each is what we're looking at from the support on the United States. It's a little bit of an early break for Sekre here. It's not going to matter in this intro section. However, Lexi finding a break as well is going to give over a significant amount of score early here, as we see some serious struggles from the United States in the early onset.
Some consistent misses coming out from the modded players on the side of the United States, and everything's looking good here for Argentina at the opening section here. Still no breaks on their side, so again, it's going to be a nice consolidated advantage. It's going to spell over about 2 misses, but Narcs and Sargonza will finally drop on the side of Argentina, so that will help the United States out, but they're going to be on the back foot for the remainder of their pick here.
That was 2 breaks for Lexi and Sekre each at the start of the map, which means that score gain is going to be so high. It is a traded miss from Lexi and Narcs. That's going to work in favor of the United States just slightly. They're matching up those misses, but that score will stay in favor of Argentina as long as we don't see a break on either of these full combos. It's Story versus Greaper, and the question is who breaks first? Who lets that consistency slip? Greaper does drop a 100, but it doesn't make a difference for the combo. It's a double trade from Argentina!
Major trade, double break traded back, and that will be a favor for the United States. Gap narrowing, 30k here. They just need 1 more at the halfway section pair.
This is the worst possible scenario for Argentina. They lose their FC, they lose their supporting combo, and now it's the Greaper and Sekre holding up with all of the combo in the world. Lexi does find a break, gives advantage back. Argentina going to hold the score off, but another miss from Argentina is going to send this skyrocketing back over to the US. 50k and holding. Nobody misses the skip in the middle there as we approach the final quarter.
Sekre. It's going to take a double break now from the side of Argentina. Sekre is struggling here, and Argentina, they just seem to be the more composed team on this. Sargonza will find a miss, immediately traded back by Sekre. But the Americans, they're fading. There's not enough time.
There's no support. The score is dropping just too far on the United States, and Argentina looking so consistent as a roster. It's Lexi to find another miss on the hit, and Sir Gonzalez's going to find a break as well as Story, but it's 100k in favor of Argentina. They would need a complete meltdown as well as a break from Narcs to even have a chance at this one, and Greaper cannot do it on his own. It's 90k, but the map is all but over.
Indeed, and despite Decreeper's beautiful performance, we'll go back-to-back in the FCs. One droplet miss on 2 attempts of this map this weekend, but it will still be 87,518 points short of what the United States needs to take a point. A huge break point here for Argentina.
And it should be noted that those performances from Sikra and Lexi were not even that bad. 99.35 and 99.06 is not the worst thing we've seen on this map this weekend, but even from the 870k that they both had on the first set, they still would not have won this map against Argentina. Far too strong. The double 950k followed up by Sir Gonzalez at the 884,000 is a major team performance on this map, and the United States getting shut out on both sets by Argentina.
Yeah, now it's back to the drawing board here, and if you're the Americans, you're going to be scratching your head on this next pick of yours coming up here, because it's Argentina to pick next, so they'll have a chance to go up 3-0 here. And if you're the US, you absolutely must come away with at least 1 point out of these next 2 maps. You cannot go down 4-0 here.
In a match as long as this one, it does its damage with the team morale and the number of picks that you need to win to go beyond that point is so much. And as the mixed mod one comes out from Argentina as their pick, we are going to be seeing Welkius. It's going to be our hybrid mixed mod here. The mod variations going to make all the difference in the world for these two teams here.
And mixed mod, man, it's just so difficult when you put the United States and Argentina side by side on a mixed mod map, because it really does come down to the beat map. Because you've got Story Lexi on hit, you've got Sekre, Serganza, Hard Rock, or Decreeper, honestly, and then either Sekre, Decreeper, or no mod. And again, on the side of Argentina, you got Velper K, Serganza. And then Narcs coming in on no mod. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is such a good pick for Argentina. They have the versatility for this. We know that they're going to be able to have the hidden and the hard rock to boot on this one for either side. So whichever direction these teams decide to go for their mods, it is going to be strong for Argentina. The question is, does the United States match up here? We haven't gotten a chance to see them on this map this weekend. They looked good on the mixed mod 3, even in this set, but Argentina just being a tinge stronger than them, now going into their own pick on the mixed mod, is going to be a big pain point for the US here if they can at least make this close.
If you're the Americans, if there was a time for a break point, it is right now. They need to absolutely curb this momentum that Argentina is building. But, I mean, you have to favor Argentina on a mixed mod after that performance we just saw.
Good luck, have fun. Both teams, Narc, Story, and Sir Gonzalez once again. Sekre, Decreeper, Lexi once again for the United States. Going to be seeing a lot of repeats of these strong upper-end rosters for these two countries here. And the final start comes in. We get to see the mod layout for these two teams. And like you said, this could be a big one for the United States. The morale boost for them of winning a break point back this early, as well as Argentina's momentum getting broken off within the first 3 picks, would be massive for the United States' adventures through this grand finals.
And it is going to be Decreeper taking the hard rock this time for the United States instead of Sekre. Decreeper, Serganza, hard rock, Story, Lexi, hidden. Sekre, Narcs, no mod. And again, you know, maybe Sekre just wanting to play no mod. I like this call from the United States. Sekre has been having some consistency issues here to start this match. Put him on the no mod, let him lock in, let him get comfy. And Decreeper, well, you know Decreeper's locked. Decreeper's been locked.
He's the one to look out for on this map thus far. Or Lexi, again, both of them have been the big powerhouse players for the United States in these matches today. Looking for them to pull up some big moves on this mixed mod. to try and get the United States a lead, but it's going to be a three-way break for the United States out of this intro section. It's only one trade from Argentina. We're going to find a break later, and Narcs now has the lead for Argentina.
Yeah, Narcs will be able to consolidate some advantage here on the board. It'll put Argentina ahead by one miss, 30k roughly here. Still plenty of time. But that was almost really nasty for the United States. Had Argentina not found that double break. Lexi will go down, and now things could get pretty nasty here as Greaper and Sekre complete a team miss that's only traded by Story. And Narcs.
Narcs dropping that last full combo is going to help the United States out here, but that's 3 breaks traded against 2, and it's now Sir Gonzalez to hold up the combo as we see 2 more misses from the United States. It's 1 traded out from Argentina, but they need a break on this hard rock from Sir Gonzalez, and they are just not finding it. 99.5% on the HR Creeper trying to match, but it's traded by 2.
You hate to see it for the United States, but Argentina, they just seem to have combos when it matters most. Narcs and Story have rebuilt quite nicely here. Lexi struggling.
It's uncharacteristic from Lexi, not usually having this much trouble on these style of maps in here, really finding that consistency issue here. As the United States does have advantage for a moment here, they'll be able to pull back maybe 4,000 or 5,000, but that's going to be not enough as Creeper finds a break in the refrain before the next Ki halfway through, but we got half the map to go.
And Story will find a miss to trade out one of them, but the U.S. will need far more than that as Story and Lexi now begin trading. Sekre also going down favors Argentina. And it has been Argentina who have been more consistent as Sir Gonza has absolutely locked it in this match.
Crazy hard rock scoring. Greaper actually getting locked out on those hyper dashes means a couple of extra misses that the United States didn't want to find as that lead skyrockets to 200k. Continued break from the United States. Sir Gonza finally finds a break. Story trades another one out, but the United States far too frequent.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Americans just don't have any combo, really, and they just haven't had combo when needed. So Lexi goes back to rebuilding. It will take an absolute meltdown of epic proportions for Argentina to lose this point. They have done a great job here, giving themselves a wonderful cushion into the final quarter of the map. And despite these misses coming out from Narcs, it's not going to matter because guess what? Sir Gonza and Story have 200 combo. They are there.
Just outclassed for Argentina against the United States right now. It's 2 players down at 97% with frequent breaks compared to basically all 3 above 99 into the final seconds of the map. It's a 3-way mid 800k performance for Argentina. And once again, this trio today absolutely shutting the United States down on every possible turn as Argentina now secures another point to consolidate that break point and go up 3-0.
And now we have hit critical mass here in the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is the deciding pick right here. The United States need to convert their next pick and make it a 3-1 match. They have to get something going here. We've seen it time and time again, pair, how hard it is to come back from 4-0 down.
It is, I think, one time in my entire life, or maybe 2, that I have seen a team come back from 0-4 down. So if the United States does not pull up on their next pick here, I'd say that this match is going to become at least 3 times more difficult for them to have a chance at. And that is forgetting about a bracket reset that we potentially need to see following this one, which means the United States, they still need to win 7 out of the 7 maps necessary to even make it to that set. That's 14 maps total. At minimum, they've already played 3 and haven't even started that journey.
And this pick makes sense here. The Americans going right into double time. It'll be DT3 here.
Valley of the Vale. Here we go. The stream density pick of the pool. This was the United States' largest score margin from the first set at 770,000 over Team Finland with a double 800k from Greaper and Lexi. And I know Sekre was maybe saving a little bit in the tank for this set, trying to get the fingers ready for the grand finals. This pool takes a lot of warm-up with how difficult some of these maps are.
Very true, bud. Now is the time to let it all loose. Don't hold anything back. Because the defending champions have yet to generate any momentum, but this could be the key right here. The Creeper on double time is always a dangerous proposition, and it has been one of the strongest skill sets for the Americans this tournament.
This is a big map. This is 3 points on the board for Argentina right now for the remainder of this match. For every 1 point Argentina wins, in order for the United States to win Grand Finals today, they would need to win 5 maps. If Argentina wins this one, that means for every point Argentina gets there on forward, the United States needs to win 6 maps. That becomes infinitely more difficult in a scenario that is already an uphill battle. But I'm going to give the United States favor. They've got a strong roster. Their players are very clearly ready for this map from that first set. They just need to pull up the consistency, be able to get that repeat performance, and just do their thing.
Well, we'll see if they can get it done here. On the double time pick, Story and Lexi will both take Hidden. And if there was a song to change morale and get you going, Pear, I don't think there could be a better song in the pool.
This is prime. This is prime right here. And with the United States down on their luck, this is going to be not only a turning point in the match for a 4-0, but it's going to be that momentum shift. And we're seeing a couple of early breaks from both teams. However, 2 on the side of the United States, only 1 major break from Argentina. But it's a triple reset, and now it's Lexi's turn.
Oh, but now he goes down, and now there's no combos to speak of, but that will at least keep it close for the United States. As more consistent misses come out from Argentina, the Americans will take over, as the Creeper and Lexi have gone back to rebuilding here, only matched by Story, who drops now, so the advantage will continue to grow for the United States.
My eyes are on Creeper and Lexi, those 2 top scores from the first set for the United States. Can they make it work again? Can we see that mid 800k from both of them? And as Argentina finds 2 more breaks and another third with a full team reset, Sekre now building up a supporting combo. Even though Lexi has broken, it's now a 200 plus, and that lead will go nowhere for Argentina as the United States continues to try and claw at this. It's a full reset for everyone.
Well, but thankfully for them, Story did miss right at 200. Serganza also going down now, so there are no combos for Argentina, as Narks also completes the team miss. So that will bail them out here, but it's still very close as the Americans start to build an advantage.
Do now. What do? You can only just sit and wait. It's 2 players potentially for Argentina to pull up the combo. Story finding a break is going to give a little bit more over to the United States, but it's only 30k. It's a second break from Argentina. Lexi finds the traded break. It's only nothing for Argentina, and the United States may be saved on that one, Dolan.
They need this point badly, but the Creeper and Sekre go down. It will keep it within reach at 50k, but Argentina are indeed running out of time as another team miss comes out that may very well do it. The Americans building some combo to Creeper says not today. The United States will finally put a point on the board in this Grand Finals.
What a cleanup from the United States at the ending. It looked so close the entire map. It was swinging between 20 and 30k on both sides, but a 200,000 score lead for the United States into the ending, and basically the same performance we saw from them in the first set. And I talked about the consistency that they needed to see on this map, and they made it work at the last possible second. The United States gets a point on the board, and now their journey starts. They still need 1 break point here, but the journey has begun. The momentum has slightly shifted towards the U.S. They need to capitalize.
You know, you're now no longer in doomsday scenario, right? You can get out of survival mode. Like you said, things are still not good, but this is still doable here with the maps that are left. But it all depends on how this next round unfolds. Again, they cannot afford to really concede a break point here. They're running out of margin of error. And Argentina, with shocking nobody, will go right back to Hidden. It will be Hidden 3. It will be the Phob map. Hidden 3, our tech mechanics hidden pick, is one of the most punishing Hidden 3 maps I've seen in a World Cup pool in quite some time.
Definitely one of the most difficult overall in this pool that we've seen, and the struggles for scores overall here are contributing to that difficulty. If you saw the first set on this map, it was a struggle all around, but an amazing song to boot on this one. We are expecting some good stuff, at least from the listening end here. But looking at the scores from the first set on these two teams, it is definitely not a bad map for the United States. On this Hidden 3, it was a 400,000 score lead for them. A double 800k once again from Lexi and Greaper, so we're really looking for that big pull-up from those top two.
And I believe an update was just pushed out for Osu.
Huh? To Osu?
Yeah, look at the game chat. Look at Sekre.
Oh my goodness. Wait, to the map or Osu? I'm so confused.
Did the game actually just get up? That's hilarious.
The game just get updated. I'm checking the change log. I want to see if an update literally just got pushed. There is patch notes from today. I don't know if this was right now, but there is patch notes from today.
Yo.
Maybe it'll favor. Maybe like some prime optimization just happened, and now these two teams are gonna start to like FP everything.
Just say CWC buffs.
That would be funny. That would actually be great. Happy CWC patch notes. Put it in there. Put it in. I'm nervous for this one, Dolan. I really am. It's an early break from the United States, and they really need to get a break point sometime soon. It won't matter. As long as the US keeps winning their own picks, they're still fine. They only need one.
Sekre, Sargonza, yeah. But the problem with this map, Chillier, is you see how punishing these patterns are. It's not just how much you miss. It's how you miss that's going to matter, right? Because you see these accuracies. It's all going to just change drastically here. Sekre to Greaper going down. We're seeing some sub-99s already. Notice how Sargonza able to... Well, it was 99, then it's 97. Just like that. I think that proves my point.
And that immediately stun locks Argentina's score gain there as well. That's a full team reset. Luckily for them, the United States continues to struggle just as much, if not more than them. And honestly, all of Argentina's lead right now is on that Narcs and Story combo at the start of the map. The United States needs to have something happen at the ending to bring this one back. And Argentina, one of the strongest hidden teams in the tournament we've talked about. This lead is not confident for them, however. It's 45k, maybe going to expand to 60 or 70k here, but it's traded breaks on both sides, and Narcs could do some work here if they can get over that combo cap.
Lindsay,
but they barely miss it.
That's going to be absolutely devastating, unfortunately. Now you see the spinner section. And Argentina outspinning quite well, putting up 5k advantage on the spinner alone. That was pretty crazy.
That was a lot. That was insane. It just kept going. Fortunately for the United States, however, Sir Gonzalez finding a miss brings this back down below 100k. Unfortunately for the US, a double break is going to immediately shut that down, as now it's Greaper standing against Story and Narcs in this refrain section. And this is where Argentina has put up their combo. This is why they have 130k lead, because they've now had two sections where they have better consistency.
Narcs.
Break.
Traded only by Sekre. The Americans will need far more than that, but Sargonza is consistently missing. Greaper will trade.
It's Story time. Pull up a good look in the chair. It's 700 combo. And Argentina's lead now going to skyrocket. A quarter way in the map remains 160k and climbing. It's traded breaks from the United States and Sir Gonzalez, but it's still Story. Finally misses, but not before 99%, 700k.
Yeah, damage done. No combos remain. Argentina, 200k. They will cruise to 4-1 up here. And they are now just only 3 points away from becoming world champions.
This does not spell doom for the United States. This is still Argentina just winning their own pick. So as long as the United States can continue and win their maps in between this, they still have the opportunity to get back that one break point that they need in this scenario, but they still need to pull that one through. It's 4-1. US wins their pick here. If they get one break point after that and they win theirs, that's match tied back up. So this is certainly far closer than it looks on paper, but Argentina continuing to make quick work of this hidden pool as it slowly dwindles, but so do the United States' chances of getting back in. As we go into the next pick now for the United States, it's going to be Duplicity Shade. We are going to come back to that no-mod pool. It's the United States' favorite spot to sit. They picked all three of the remaining no-mods in the last match. The United States winning all three of those despite that no-mod 1 ban. And this was the largest score margin of those picks. It was a big, big push from Lexi on a 900k to get the top score for the United States on that one, as well as that mid 800k once again for Greaper. Sekre not too far behind at that low 800k, high 700k range. And that trio could be enough to continue giving them points up on these picks as they push through. Argentina looking for that breakpoint to try and secure this map. Otherwise, the United States still fighting for their hand at trying to get a breakpoint somewhere.
Indeed, and now we're reaching what could be the most critical point of the match here, Chili or Pair. A breakpoint would spell absolute disaster for the United States.
This is the turning point of this match here, because the United States, as mentioned, if they win their pick here, they still have the opportunity to win an Argentina point after to get that breakpoint back that they have lost. If they lose this, Argentina now goes up 5-1, can consolidate and go up 6-1, which puts them on match point for the rest of the match, which means the United States needs to win every remaining map. The US wins this and they lose Argentina's pick, that only goes 5-2. Then the United States has one more of their picks in order to still try and take an Argentina breakpoint back. So as long as the United States continues winning their own picks here, they actually have 2 chances at getting an Argentina breakpoint back. If they let any of these slip away, they only have 1. That is pretty significant odds there. That's a 100% improvement in your odds on the difference of a singular map. So no pressure, United States, but this one matters.
Yeah, they're all going to matter even more from here on out exponentially as we progress through this grand final here into round number 6. The third pick here from the United States, early misses coming out from Sekre, Lexi, and Story, as well as Narks, will slightly favor Argentina.
Break from Lexi is not what you want to see. That's the number 1 score on the United States from the first set. Luckily for them, the Greaper, that second best score, was not too far behind, and they are holding strong here. It's Sir Gonza versus the Greaper right now, and the accuracy dead even on the two of them. It's a couple extra breaks from Story, and there goes Sir Gonza traded with Lexi. That's going to favor the United States. Sekre does break off of that Narcs combo that they were matching, but it's the middle point of the map here. This strong Ki before we pass a quarter of the way. 30k, and there goes Narcs and Greaper.
Yeah, Lexi dropping the final combo there, but was able to at least get some advantage off of Argentina. Gap now just over 50k. He's going to take 2 misses for Argentina to flip back, but Narcs and Sir Gonza go down.
That traded break from Greaper and Narcs there saved the United States a lot of headache in this pick, but it's a double break from Sekre, Greaper, and now Lexi to trade out the miss, but it's the 2 big combos in Argentina dropping on that hyper dash there. Story, now the biggest combo, can pull back a little bit of score, but is going to break, and the extra misses is going to push this to the United States as Lexi now once again gets back over that capped Greaper. Not too far behind.
Drop.
As long as they have 1, they'll keep this one traded, and it's a big build-up before this pause.
T-miss!
It's Sir Gonza, but not anymore.
Now it's just Gonza.
It's nothing right now for both of these teams. The breaks trading on both sides. This is a difference of misses right now. It's a missed hyper dash again for Greaper and Narcs. Lexi and Sir Gonza to trade. Story to hold the combo over Sekre, who finds a double miss. But Argentina is falling apart around Story. Story can be the hero, but Argentina is providing no assistance to Story right now.
Your Greaper gets there, though, to stop the bleeding. Sekre trades a miss back. Story goes down, and that could be it, but Narks gets there with 200 to meet the Creeper head on. Argentina actually pulling some combo back here.
But Narks finds a break as Creeper holds. It's the solo score from Creeper, the #1 in the lobby right now over every other player to hold through the stream. Argentina misses, and the United States just might make it work.
Unless a collapse happens here at the end, which it's not happening. It looks like they're going to be able to pull it off here. Only Sekre missing into the end section. The Creeper will clutch up once again, and that will be a second point for the United States.
What a performance from the Creeper into the ending. The 1,000 combo just barely making it over into these final patterns as a triple break from Argentina to cut it at the end. And an 80,000 score victory for the United States by the smallest of margins. They will survive on Duplicity Shade in much closer fashion than that first set. But the United States, with those combos across the board, with the performance from Creeper, 921k, surpassing Lexi's of 890k in the first set and improving his personal best by 80,000 in the grand final set. That's what you want to see. These are the times that you wish for if you're the United States, those big stand-ups. And now the breakpoint opportunity is once again knocking at their door.
It will be Nomad 2 the pick here from Argentina, and this is an interesting proposition because we know that against Finland on Nomad 2, the 47th subbed in for the United States. We could see that again here. This could force the first switch since map #1 on the side of the United States.
Nomad 2 is an interesting one from Argentina, to say the least. The United States with an extremely versatile command over the entire Nomad pool in this tournament thus far, especially with this grand finals pool. This was another 300,000 score victory for the United States against Finland just prior on this map, and they had some very, very good team scores with almost a three-way 800k plus across the board. Pulling up on this map is very impressive. A 2.6 million team score, which is pretty high even in the grand scheme of things when you consider this match on here. And the 47th once again going to be coming over for this pick was that map that they came in for, and potentially an improvement on this score from them, having this map under their belt once in a finals and grand finals setting already. Now going to try and make it work against Argentina. This is a tech pick, and we've already seen the United States win one tech map on that mixed mod 3. Can they do it again, but in no mod?
Of course, there is one key difference here. This time around, it's Argentina picking the Nomad 2 against the United States. Against Finland, this was a US pick. So we should be in for something very interesting. This very well could be the opportunity the Americans were looking for. But also, what does that say about Argentina? They see the United States put up a score on Nomad 2 against Finland, and they say, yup, we want to go against that. So obviously they're confident in their lineup as well, but we see the referee moving in the proper players here as we get Serganza in the 47th.
I agree. That is sort of the disadvantage coming down from that lower bracket grand finals is the United States. They are cleanly laid out, presented in front of Argentina with all of their scores from the first set. And like you said, if Argentina sees something that they like between that scores on the first set between Finland for that third place, then this could mean some danger for the US. However, again, that does speak volumes about, does the 47th put up the same score that they did in the first set at that 800k, which was the lowest for the United States, and a 1.5% accuracy down, mind you, at that? Or the fact that they have this map under their belt once, do they improve that score? And Argentina has now put themselves into a trap willingly.
We will have to see, but Argentina are the team here that can afford to gamble. They are the team that came from the winner's bracket, so The United States, all the pressure's on them to win 2 games in a row. They can afford 1 loss here. They can afford to gamble a little bit, and they have been in the driver's seat since this match began. But you can't deny the risk of going into Nomad 2 here, as it is going to be to Greaper, the 47th, and Lexi. And this will be the 3rd ever tournament map for the 47th.
Well, the driver's seat since the match started, but the difference of 1 break point means that the United States could pull off the heist right now, as Greaper has a couple extra seconds here getting into things. We do see early breaks from the US, but 1 traded by Argentina as we hopefully get Greaper settled into the map here. It's a double break from Argentina at the start, and we are just gonna...
yes, there's our grand finals Bancho lag.
This is prime.
We were due for it. We were due for it.
Let's see what happened with Greaper. Did they find a break to trade the Argentina misses, or are we advantage United States? That 190k is most certainly a lie, and it is favor Argentina on Story's combo to match Lexi, and the better support from Narcs and Sir Gonza above that 300 combo cap. 47th to find another break, and now it falls on Greaper to match one of these Argentinian players, as the United States now has to hope for a break.
But instead it is the 47th finding yet another break. Has been struggling here. Oh, and Greaper Lexi going down. That is not good.
That 100k gonna skyrocket now for Argentina. Another break from Greaper in the 47th. Lexi also to find a break just after. It's 1 miss for Argentina, but Story and Sir Gonza making quick work of this map. The accuracy, the combo, and some very clean spinners at that as well. And this is looking all but over for the United States, even with half of the map to go. It's 200k, no combo to speak of the United States. They will be able to build over, but this is a significant score gap.
Absolutely. It would take an absolute meltdown here in the last quarter of the map to overturn this, but a miss from Story is going to start that. That's what the Americans need. They need to see a lot more than that. They're going to have to hold some combos, but they are running out of time with that big of a score gap. The miss from Narcs is not going to be enough. 2 misses is interesting, but 1 is traded back by the 47th, and Lexi going down pair. It seems all but inevitable. The 5-2 scoreline.
They needed it. They needed someone to be able to go up and compete here, but there is nothing you can do. It's 1200 combo and climbing for Sir Gonza, and this is just like clockwork for Argentina. Finally missing at the ending of the map, but not before the top scorer of the lobby makes its appearance.
They will not be denied, and the United States will do slightly worse this time around on the Nomad 2, but even if they had put up their previous score, it still would not have been enough to overturn the gap. Argentina now 2 points away from a World Cup title.
Nearly close enough. That's 120,000 score for Argentina between both sets on this map. And a slight underperformance from the United States compared to that first set. They did lose maybe 50 or 60,000 score from that first time around, but it did not matter. Argentina making work on the Nomad 2 pick there. Again, very different from the tech that we saw on the Mixed Mod 3, which is why it was a viable pick. Far more wiggle intensive, very dash heavy versus the streams of the Mixed Mod 3, as the United States now goes in for DT1, and it's always a good day when you see the United States going back in for the double time. This has generally been one of their stronger areas in Catch World Cup this year, but with the difficulty of this Grand Finals pool, they've been avoiding it a little bit more than usual, and hopefully they've got something up their sleeves to continue winning their own picks. This is now the second of the 2 opportunities the United States will be given to get a breakpoint from Argentina before this match is all but over. It's 3-5 if the US wins this map, and they need to make it 4-5 in order to be able to stay alive for the remainder here.
Yeah, especially considering now that they have absolutely no more margin for error, as a breakpoint here would be fatal, potentially putting Argentina at match point with the pick. But DT1, the mod that they have been so good on this World Cup, is what they're going to look to try to get things pointed back in the right direction. As Sir Alex will check in for their first map of the match.
Is a great song to kick it off with. I will say a little bit of Mobile Suit Gundam vibes coming in here from Kakumei Dualism, but a difficult map to boot, and that's going to be the point here that we're looking for. It's a consistency pick. This is 2 minutes and 40 seconds of high AR DT. Just slightly higher than that DT3 at 10.53 to be precise versus the 10.47 from Valley of the Vale. So basically both 10.5 here, but super high SV. The dashes are super far apart with some of these jumps, and it is going to spell doom for some of these players if they're not able to hold down that reading with this high AR.
Well, here we go. Double time 1. Round number 8. It is a must-win here for the Americans, as we see misses traded by Sir Alex and Sekre to start this one.
The trades are good. They're better than nothing for the United States. It's not something that they get too often. They don't always see the trade on these breaks early, and it's going to be a favored trade for the United States. Sekre going to get back over that combo before Sir Alex here. The first time we're seeing Sir Alex in this match thus far, and they're struggling a little bit more than their teammates here, but it's Greaper to find a break alongside Sekre, and that's going to be major advantage Argentina for any semblance of combo.
An American team miss! Only traded by Surganza is Narcs, and Surganza now immediately take over, pedal to the metal. This is an absolute disaster for the United States. Unless Sir Alex consistently misses for the rest of the map and some misses come out, could be trouble. Narcs trades another.
Oh, it's so close between the two. They do need the miss from Surganza to make anything work, and Lexi misses just before the burst there, and Sekre sitting below 94% as well. No favors done, slightly below Sir Alex, despite the frequency of misses, and it's another triple reset for the United States. All three down. Surganza finally breaks, but it's 100k in favor of Argentina halfway through. Are we seeing the beginning of the end?
Well, we need to see the beginning of a comeback for the United States. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now or never. A team miss is completed here by Argentina immediately, so there is a shot here. Only Creeper with combo on the other side as Lexi Sekre go down. Creeper completes the miss now. Time is running out for the Americans as the score lead grows. This could be it. At the break, they see.
I think that's it. It's 170k. Sekre's fingers clearly not having a good time on this one. Didn't even bother with the spinner on that one. Continuously getting caught out by these quick snaps, and you can tell he is fatigued, unfortunately. The United States with breaks all around, and it's Narcs and Surganza with those double 770Ks right now to be all the difference for Argentina right now. Sir Alex not doing half bad at that 650k, but man, the work on that left-hand side from Surganza is pulling through. 99.6%, 870k, and climbing into the end. We are poised to see a mid 900k from Surganza into the ending of this DT pick here, and what a performance to send Argentina to match point.
Indeed. 2.589 million, match point Argentina. 1 point away from having our 5th different Catch World Cup champions. Argentina have never won a World Cup in any mode. Last year was their best result, in 2nd place. And now they just need 1 more point. The United States are going to have to rattle off 5 in a row, with the 5th being a tiebreaker, in order to send this to a bracket reset.
Big day for Argentina, potentially. Not only our 5th ever Catch World Cup winner as an individual country, but the 2nd ever from South America. The last time we had a South American winner of the Catch World Cup was all the way back in the Catch World Cup 2013. That's right, the 2nd ever Catch World Cup.
Wasn't that the 1st ever one, I believe, or 2nd?
I think it was the 1st ever, like, full
the first
Catch
official
World Cup, like, official one. And it was a 1st place by Chile with a 3rd place by a combined Argentina-Colombia team, actually. So the 1st ever podium for Argentina and the 1st place spot, which means that this year for a win in Argentina would technically be the first team ever to place in all 3 placements in Catch World Cup. No, second. The United States has also placed 3rd before. So 2 teams ever have placed in all 3 spots.
How about that?
What a crazy year.
A lot of boxes being checked here, but again, that's if Argentina can take a 7th point here. And they're going to look to do it on this map here, level 4, Angel Dust, 2016 radio mix from Nidoking.
What a jam this song is. I absolutely love this song. We got to give some shout outs to BMS for the songs that have been provided from there. Really but level 4 featured artist, like, please go check out their songs if you haven't, because it is just all good. It's all good.
And perhaps could become Argentina's favorite song here if this goes their way. Story immediately, you see in the chat, dedicating the win to Velper K, the longest active Argentine player who has been around in the game since Chile won that World Cup back in 2013. For Story, on Argentina for Story, it's more than just a player, it's more than just a concept. It is their full circle moment. Just moments away. Can they do it? Once again, Creeper Lexi Sekre will stand in their way, put their pride as defending champs on the line.
And with 2 minutes and 17 seconds in between dreams and reality for Argentina, after 12 years of playing the Catch World Cup, they are but 1 map away from their victory. Argentina getting theirs in. Story dedicating the win. Early breaks in the very beginning of this pick favor the United States, but we've got time to spare as Argentina looks for just 1 more. The United States fighting for their life in this tournament.
Here we go, all the combos now building back up to 200. It'll be about a 10k advantage for the Americans, a little more than that as we get ready to build into the first Ki. You see those hypers just quickly, kind of sporadically coming up out of nowhere. You really have to pay attention for them. You really have to know what you're doing here. Sekre Lexi going down! That's actually consequential core of the map through.
The worst scenario for the United States has become reality. It's another double trade only with Story to find the break for Argentina. As it's Surganza on the lone FC. Gonna be a traded break, and it's the FC gone actually for Surganza. Narcs versus the Creeper. We've seen heroics from Creeper in this match once. Can we see it twice? Standing in between the United States and ultimate defeat right now is the difference of Narcs and Creeper. One of these 2 players must break to hand this one off.
And this one is going to be very close. 1/3 of the map remaining into the final sections. The Americans now behind, trying to pull it back, but Sekre goes down into the final sections. The Americans, they need a miracle. They need a prayer. They need something. Lexi goes down. Argentina closing in on history. 60k. It's about 3 misses with 1/4 of the map left. Story, Surganza, Narcs. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, Chili Pair. It's there. That could be it. This is it.
It's 150k. Narcs finally drops the FC, but his teammates have his back, and they're holding. It's
Vamos! Vamos! For Juan Crystal, for Velper K, and for all the Argentine believers, this one's for you. Argentina, our 2025 Catch World Cup champions. Give it to them.
A 7-2 victory, an unbelievable performance on the final map, and a 960k from the man himself, Surganza, as the Creeper is not able to stave off defeat for the United States, and a 5-point margin exists for the number 2 seed as they shut down the United States for the first victory in their country's history and the second ever for South America. Argentina are your champions of the Catch World Cup 2025, with the United States in second and Finland their first ever podium ever in 3rd place. What a tournament.
And I say this, again, not to be a pun, but what a story. Not just a player, but an overall story, really, that has been chasing greatness since 2013, since that combined podium with Colombia. And in recent years, it had been a country that was kind of similar to France and OWC, always had the talent on paper, just never could put together the run, would always have something unfortunate come up to stop them. But over the past few years, they have been determined and undaunted, and it has resulted in back-to-back grand finals appearances and now a World Cup title, and they can proudly call themselves champions of the world.
The badges will be awarded, as well as that coveted user title, and Argentina finally gets theirs. And as they said in chat before the match ended, this one goes out to all of those Argentine players who have been at this for so long, for everyone who has played on this roster year in and year out leading up to this iteration in 2025. They finally get to say that they won. And in dramatic fashion, a 7-2 victory against a team as strong as the United States and the reigning champions is something to be very, very happy about. And this podium overall is just so exciting to see. Two teams coming up and getting their best placements ever, followed by the United States filling in the middle, and the revenge comes through.
What a year it's been indeed. And here are your champions: Story, Sir Gonza, Velper, Sir Alex, Zeus, and Narks. Champions of the world. It's been a long time coming, and, Per, as you alluded to, let's go ahead and get to that podium. It's going to be one for the history books, certainly. A unique one at that. Argentina, the gold, the United States, the silver, and Finland, in a dramatic turn of events, get the bronze.
Such an exciting year, and honestly, we've got to give big shout-outs to those two in the middle. We're not going to discount the United States at that second place, still an unbelievable placement, but those two teams in their best spots ever, for the fight that they went through, for Finland making it all the way up to the podium, mind you, for the first time ever in any World Cup. That's right, it was not the first in CWC, it was the first ever for
any WC for Finland. You love to see these massive moments happen for these countries individually, and that's what makes watching all the World Cups really worth it. To see everybody have their time in the sun, and to see these epic moments. But that is going to be it for us now, I believe. We'll be getting to the podium screen here shortly. But we want to thank all of you who have tuned in, who have bought banners, who have supported the tournament, who have subscribed to the Twitch channel. This wouldn't be possible without you and the players and the staff. We appreciate you all.
Extremely much so. We are going to get a TB showcase in for you all, because what would a grand finals be without a little bit of Yo Eternity at the ending? Our amazing original, for the first time since RPG and OWC, they are back, mapped by Zyzyx, autofanboy, Bunnrei, Ken, and our lead map pooler, WWWWW. And WW, all the W's in the world, and a very exciting song, exciting map. More thank yous extended out very, very especially to all of our teams that played the Catch World Cup this year. This tournament would not be the same without all of our players, the countries, and everyone that comes out for qualifiers every single year. Staff aside, who do an amazing job every single time around. Our streamers, our commentators, our map pooling team, our playtesters, our referees, everyone who puts this tournament on and makes it a show every single year. Our design team, by the way, as we get into Eternity with this storyboard and this art and this song. A big shout out to the team who very often goes unthanked, our designers and our originals from our featured artists every single year. Amazing stuff to provide the best product and the most exciting experience for our players every single year. As we do get this tiebreaker on a showcase here, we are going to set the rosters in, and a very exciting time to get to see this on stream. This was such a fever dream to see on the showcase.
We are going to be getting Velper K as an honorary American, it looks like. At least for this tiebreaker showcase.
Flashlight, Alex, what? Flashlight? Did I see FL and CWC? Are we gonna see a flashlight on Eternity? Do we have the storyboard on?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to see much considering it's flashlight, but...
Do we have SB on for this? I think we do, right?
Oh no.
I believe we do on the clients for that can display storyboard at last minute notice without having to restart the client. I do believe we will have some of the storyboard checked out here. And for those of you that are interested in seeing the full reveal of this map, I highly recommend you all go check out the YouTube channel for Osu Archive, where we upload all of the originals, the videos, and everything from these tiebreakers every single year because the design team does put in a ton of work. There it is in chat right now. All of these videos up here. Please go check out the full thing. They are all so exciting, amazing productions. And the badges are already out, so if you want to go see your winners with their badges on their profile and their titles, they are up, ready, and set. Argentina officially the winners, United States officially second, and Finland officially third. It is set in stone, recorded history.
It is done, chat. All that remains is eternity. Well, the eternity that is the year break until the next Catch World Cup. But it's actually going to be the Mania World Cup, I believe, up next in the cycle. So the Mania players, 4 key, yes.
That is coming up rather soon. So if you're a 4 key player checking this tournament out right now, you've got 11 days left to register for the 4 key World Cup 2025. That will be the second to last World Cup of the year as we once again close it off with OWC. Following that point, just 2 more to go before we're in 2026. Anyone else think that's crazy? Anyone else think it's crazy we're at the end of July already and we are already up to Mania World Cup again?
Listen, my first CWC was 2016, all right? Don't make me feel too old, all right?
1 more year in the books. 1 more year.
Next year's only going to be my 10th one watching. Wow, that's crazy. I'm totally not
man,
old.
stuck here forever. You're stuck here forever. Never gone away. And we do see the LX flashlight easy on this map. And
what you can see of it.
Are we going to get the storyboard locked in at the start here? I can't wait to see this on Velper and Narcs right now. Let's see it. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Yes. This is what we came to see.
This is one of the storyboards of all time. We've had some very, very good storyboards for the World Cups in many aspects, and this is very up there with the rest of them. We had a very, very exciting one for OWC previously last year for Catch World Cup, coming through with Frostwalker as well, with like the full storyline and animation to match up with this one as well. I mean, they are just going through this as Sir Gonza has now double S'd the intro section of this map. Hello? Gonza? Hello? What? How long does this hold? Oh, well, you know what? You know what? There had to be one. There had to be one curse today. Of course it comes to the showcase. Oh, they do have the custom catchers on as well. The new scene catcher. So prepared for this tiebreaker. Alex on the FL Easy does go kind of insane. I can't lie.
I love the map pool notes for this map, by the way. Shoutouts to whoever did the map pool. It just says TV.
Right? Yes. Let's go.
Oh, it's TV. You think you need any notes? There's sliders. There's hypers. It's high AR. It's long. It's TV.
TV. Endless finale. this switch right here. This section just absolutely goes.
That's actually crazy.
This transition genre is just nuts.
I'm glad I don't have to play this.
This is impossible.
My hand would absolutely die. This is... How... That's not doable with this background on. That storyboard, that's impossible! And then I say impossible, and then I look over at Elux's screen. Okay, what? It could be worse.
70K.
I mean, you know, at least Elux is trying.
I mean, higher accuracy than Velper, to be fair, at 71%. So Elux actually doing a great job with the flashlight easy, all things considered, against a no-mod player.
It could be a lot worse.
This is custom beat map skin as well, that everyone else knows is the custom catcher down at the bottom. All especially done for this map on the uploaded version. You can go check it up on the OS website. Is uploaded and ready to go play. And here comes the slow build into the ending scenes of this map. And y'all might want to enjoy this one and look at that storyboard for the ending sections.
Some good hyper chains here. Link tech back and forth. These jumps are pretty nasty. Precision requirement is pretty heavy.
Argentina, like, seriously playing through this one as well. We're seeing a three-way 700K right here coming into the ending section. This is going to be a team score to surpass some of the maps in the regular pool on the tiebreaker.
They're flexing.
And here it is. It's boss fight time, baby.
What a storyboard. That's actually crazy.
What a storyboard, man.
It's so good. Speaking of good, story?
Story? Narc's not half bad too, honestly.
Yeah.
With the storyboard on.
Team score is actually insane right now. We're about to see a above 2.5 mil team score on tiebreak, potentially.
Is this going to be, you know what the funny part would be if this was like one of the highest scores of the entire match in tiebreaker. And it's actually, I think it's going to come within like 100.
Yeah, it's actually going to be one of the highest scores.
This is actually one of the highest scoring maps on the Tiebreaker Showcase. There it is into the ending credits on the storyboard. Thank you once again to everybody for joining us for the Catch World Cup this year as the Tiebreaker Showcase comes to a close and a 2.6 million score for Argentina on the Tiebreaker Showcase through the boss fight, through the storyboard.
875, 876.
Oh my gosh, all above 800K. Every single one. What a crazy
there you go. How's that for an encore?
Right? Get it. One more. Get yours, Argentina. Finish off strong. They won the match and they went, you know what? Let's keep it going. We've just got one more. If we're going to showcase the tiebreaker, let's make it a good one.
They got a brand new gold medal to show off.
Exactly. The shiny gold medal for winning your boss fight twice in a row, Argentina. And to reiterate, as we come to the conclusion of the tiebreaker, your final three, your winners, second place and third place for Catch World Cup 2025, Argentina, the United States, and Finland. Congratulations to our podium finishers. It's Story, Sir Gonzalez, Velper K, Narc, Sir Alex, and Zeus, your champions.
Where are you getting Gonzalez from?
I've been told that it's Sir Gonzalez in chat. I've been told.
I have never heard that once in my life.
I've been told by Sir Gonzalez himself.
Really?
I've been told by himself that that's what it is.
I have never heard that. Never known that. That's crazy.
It's been conveyed to me recently, yes, but an impressive performance. Your podium finishers. What a finish, Dolan. What a finish.
Hype tournament finally comes to a close. All the storylines, well, they're in the books now. And now we wait for the next World Cup. Mania 4 Key coming up next. Stay tuned for the announcements regarding that. Be sure to follow the Twitch channel so you don't miss when it goes live. So you don't miss that qualifiers map pool showcase for the Mania 4 Key World Cup. We thank you so much for watching. We thank you all for tuning in. Pear, I think that's all we got.
That's all we got. It's a pleasure to join you for casting again today, Dolan, and it's a pleasure providing these broadcasts for all of you in Twitch chat every single year, in and out. We will be back in just 3 weeks for the Mania 4 Key World Cup. One more year of waiting before Catch World Cup 2026. We will be back and better than ever once again. Thank you to our staff, thank you to our players, countries, teams, and everyone who makes these a success, as well as all of you in Twitch chat who come by to watch every single year. That's it for us from the OSU tournament team. Catch World Cup 2025 comes to a close. Argentina, United States, Finland as our winners, and we will see you all next year. Catch you then.